What if someone told you they're building a 170-kilometer-long glass city in the desert? No cars, no streets, just walls of mirrors stretching forever. Or billions of dollars are being spent on a canal through dry land, while people nearby still struggle for clean water. Sounds crazy, right? But these are real projects happening right now in the year 2025. You're about to see 5 mega projects that are making headlines everywhere. These aren't just mega projects, they're flashpoints, loaded with drama, risk, and global impact. Some call them the future of humanity. Others say they're disasters waiting to happen. In this video, we're counting down the top 5 most controversial mega projects of 2025. From the United States to Pakistan, from deserts to mountains, these projects are shaking up entire regions. If you care about where your future is heading, you'll want to see this. Because when billions of dollars and millions of lives are on the line, you should know who's building what and why it's causing chaos. So if you want to see the biggest, boldest, and most debated projects of the year, you're in the right place. Number 5, California High-Speed Rail, United States. Let's start with a train project that was supposed to change the way Americans travel. The California High-Speed Rail was designed to connect Los Angeles and San Francisco in under 3 hours. It promised clean energy, less traffic, and fast travel between 2 major cities. But the plan has gone off track. When voters approved it in 2008, the cost was around $33 billion. Now in 2025, it's jumped to $128 billion, and the project is still not done. Only 119 miles of track are under active construction, and the first usable segment won't be ready until at least the year 2033. It's been delay after delay, land issues, rising costs, and endless debates. The project has also become a political fight. Donald Trump recently called it a failure. He says it's wasting taxpayer money. But Governor Gavin Newsom disagrees. He says it's important for jobs, clean energy, and keeping up with countries like China, where high-speed rail is already the norm. And the public? Totally split. Some believe it's the future of American travel, a bold step toward cleaner transportation. They see it as a smart investment for the next generation. The Rail Authority says the project has already created over 11,000 construction jobs and will save around 100 million metric tons of carbon dioxide over 50 years. But others say it's a black hole for money. They argue billions have been spent with little progress to show, and they question if it will ever be finished. This project is more than just tracks and trains. It's about vision, power, and what kind of future the U.S. is building. Number 4, Louisiana Coastal Restoration, United States. Now let's talk about a project meant to fight climate change, but ended up triggering a political storm. The Mid-Barataria sediment diversion was a $3 billion plan to protect Louisiana's vanishing coast. It aimed to redirect sediment from the Mississippi River, to rebuild wetlands lost to storms and rising sea levels. Sounds like a smart move, right? But in 2025, everything changed. Governor Jeff Landry put the project on hold. He said a key environmental report from 2022 was hidden by the previous administration. That report showed the project might create much less environmental benefit than expected. It could even harm the very wetlands it was meant to protect. Now, instead of saving the coast, the project is raising serious questions about trust and transparency. The public is divided. Some believe the project is necessary to Louisiana's survival, with climate change threatening their coastline. Louisiana's wetlands have already shrunk by 1,900 square miles since the 1930s. Others argue the project is too risky and poorly planned. Governor Landry's decision to pause the project stirred a political firestorm. He claims the previous administration intentionally downplayed the risks, but critics say the holdup is just another setback in an already struggling effort to protect the state. This is more than just a fight over land. It's about climate resilience versus political trust. Can we tackle climate change if no one trusts the science behind it? The $3 billion question remains. Can Louisiana's coast be saved? Or is this project another example of good intentions gone wrong? Only time will tell if the state can rebuild its coast without further damage to public faith. It's a project meant to save the coast, but could end up sinking public trust instead. Number 3. Kolistan Canal Project, Pakistan. Let's shift focus to a controversial water project in Pakistan, the Kolistan Canal Project. This $1.2 billion initiative aims to bring irrigation to the Kolistan Desert, transforming dry, arid land into fertile farmland. It promises to provide local farmers with the chance to grow crops and boost the region's economy. On paper, it looks like a game changer, but there's a major complication: water politics. Provinces like Sindh, downstream, are deeply concerned. They fear that diverting water to the Kolistan Desert will leave them with even less of the already overstrained Indus River. The Indus provides water for over 75% of Pakistan's population, and it's already facing immense pressure from both climate change and overuse. Environmentalists aren't convinced either. They warn that the project could increase pressure on the river, leading to long-term damage to its ecosystem. Experts predict that water levels in the Indus could drop by 20% in the next decade. With rising demand, the situation could worsen even more. For many in Cholistan, the canal represents hope, especially after years of drought. But others call it water theft, arguing that one region's gain will come at the expense of another. This has sparked a fierce debate about fairness and equity. Water is already in short supply across Pakistan. In the last decade alone, the country has lost 2.7 million hectares of farmland to water shortages. Some see the canal as a solution to this crisis, while others fear it could make things worse. It's a project full of risks and rewards. Will it bring balance and save Pakistan's agricultural heartland? Or will it divide the country even further? Only time will tell if it's truly worth the gamble. Number 2. Motuo Hydropower Project, Tibet, China. Now let's head to Tibet, home to breathtaking mountains, deep rivers, and a project stirring real concern. China's Motuo Hydropower Project is massive. Once complete, it's expected to become the largest hydropower plant in the world, producing over 60,000 gigawatt hours of electricity every year. That's enough to power 20 million homes. It's part of China's big push toward clean energy. But it's not just about energy. The dam sits in one of the most geologically fragile places on Earth. The region sees around 100,000 landslides every year. Add a huge dam into the mix, and scientists warn the risk could grow. A single failure here wouldn't just be a setback, it could be a disaster. And then there's the river itself, the Yarlung Tsangpo. It flows into India and Bangladesh, supplying water to over 100 million people. Changing its course could hurt farming, shrink water supplies, and strain regional ties. Some studies even warn of a 25% drop in water availability by the year 2050 downstream. Tibet's fragile ecosystem is also in the crosshairs. Unique wildlife, ancient forests, all standing in the shadow of concrete walls. China says it's building a cleaner future, but critics fear this project may cost more than it gives back. It's a story of power in more ways than one, and it raises a simple but tough question. Can we afford to chase green energy if it risks turning blue rivers into battlegrounds? Finally, number 1, the line. NEOM, Saudi Arabia. Now it's time to discuss one of the most controversial projects in the world today. The line is part of Saudi Arabia's $8.8 trillion NEOM plan. It's a 170-kilometer-long smart city, planned to house 9 million people. No cars, no roads, zero emissions, just clean, vertical living. Sounds like the future, right? But in 2025, the dream is facing real trouble. Let's start with the human cost. Over 20,000 people from the Huaytat tribe have been forced off their land. In 2020, a protester was killed. In 2023, 3 more were sentenced to death. These are not small issues. They've drawn global criticism for human rights abuse and sparked serious debate over the project's ethical foundation. And then there's the money. The original budget was $500 billion. Now, internal reports suggest the total could reach $8.8 trillion. That's more than 4 times Saudi Arabia's current GDP. Huge delays have also pushed timelines far beyond 2030. At this point, only 2.4 kilometers of the line are expected to be built by then, far short of the original promise. What about tech? The city promises to use advanced AI and constant surveillance to run smoothly, but critics say this could turn into a surveillance nightmare where your every move is tracked. And the environment? The line claims to be eco-friendly, but to build it, mountains are being cut, habitats destroyed, and wildlife displaced. So it's not as green as it looks. The line was supposed to be a new model for future living, but with forced relocations, rising costs, and global backlash, it's now seen by many as a costly, dystopian gamble. A project meant to lead the future may be collapsing under its own ambition and scale. Big dreams come with big risks. These mega projects promise the future: fast trains, floating cities, climate fixes. But when vision hits reality, things get messy. Delays, cost blowouts, political drama, even human rights concerns. Suddenly, the dream starts to crack. The results? Mixed at best. Some are still under construction, others are stuck, and a few may never get finished. The lesson is clear: it's not enough to dream big. The real challenge is building smart, fair, and sustainable. Every project here had huge goals, but not all thought through the consequences. Which mega project shocked you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you love deep dives like this, don't forget to like, share, and tap the bell. More mind-blowing stories are coming your way.